Goblin gang. Goblin gang. Kind of. Okay. Technically, I could have taken tonight off, but what can I say? I already did the dailies and stuff, so guess we're just doing cakes. Anyways, it's probably gonna be pretty chill, at least until people start showing up. We'll see. Not feeling 100% today. Hey, Naxi. Oh, you actually got both notifications. Let's get it. When a stream platform actually works? Yeah, we'll just go over here. Oh, I should turn on my Windows nightlight. Thank you very much. It's another sushi headache day. So that's fun. Hey, Nolcar. Thanks, man. Yeah, everything's going good. Finally started chipping away at that new vlog, so hopefully I can get it out this week. It depends. Been sick myself lately as well. Haven't played much. Yeah, I feel that. I'm not like ill or anything. It's just lack of sleep. So I'm hoping that I can go to sleep earlier tonight. We'll see. Again, depends on how many people show up, because I just generally get, you know, I feed my energy off of others. Like a vampire, so. Man. Still getting unlucky with these cakes. Oh, I should also, you know what? Probably go to a higher Uber world. See if I actually start getting motes out of it or not. I still don't think that I will, just because I don't think 1 stars really give that much. And it does mean that dungeons are going to be significantly slower, but whatever. Yeah, we'll go to D14, screw it. You have too many items to receive. No. No, it's just my trophies. Oh, hello. Did he knock himself off by shoving me? But yeah, I got my video ready for tomorrow, which means all I gotta do is this stream, and then technically I can go to bed right after, which doesn't happen often. And then tomorrow I've got a pretty full day, and then the day after that is Wednesday, so we'll have Donkey Kong. Don't forget, tomorrow's gonna be the next phase of the Trove event. Looks like most people didn't even get the notification. Probably because YouTube's like, what? You streamed for like 3 hours or 4 hours yesterday? I'm not gonna notify people of anything. Hey, Bobby. That's just a normal enemy. Yeah. Nothing worth killing. I think we're also in that weird in-between time where most people are like either off to bed or just waking up. Give it an hour or so and then more people will be here. It's whatever, but... Hey, Carlet. Hey, Rax. What up? Hello, Unu reverse card. What's the stream about? Just doing cakes. You know, same old, same old. On reset today, we go into the next phase. But if I'm being real, I don't know if I'll be awake for that. I might call it early and try to get some extra sleep. We'll see. Hey, Aurora. Randomly just had this tab open, had no clue you were streaming. So it just abruptly came on. No, it's not morning for me technically though. Like I have, I wake up at like around 2 p.m. my time because that's when the wife goes to work and then I take care of baby all day. So around now is the only time that I get to stream lately or make content. And it's like 11 at night. But for my own personal clock, it's probably like maybe halfway through the day. But again, like I'm beat today, man. Like I'm so exhausted. So if I can, I want to wrap up earlier today than usual. And my usual is like 4 or 5 in the morning. So I think it'll be pretty easy. Or I'll just suddenly end up getting a second wind. And then I'll be like, oh, hey, I'm wide awake now. I want to stream for another friggin' 4 hours. I think we're in the same time zone, Potato. Yes, Silver, the drops are working. Because yeah, for anyone here chilling, we are multi-streaming as always, YouTube and Twitch has the stream drops. So even if you just want to open it and, you know, lurk. I get it. Oh, I wanted to see, did I... No, they didn't give me the stream drop items. I got a message from my content creator contact, but I didn't check his message yet. Been too busy all day. Thank you, Cake. Thank you. Go do this, then go north. Could do a tower, but not quite feeling it right now. The thing is, like, I feel really tired right now, but I know what's gonna happen. I know it's gonna roll into like another hour or something, and then suddenly I'll just be like, oh, I'm awake all night now. For some reason, the Chronicle boss barrier doesn't work for me. Yeah, another person was saying that as well the other day, which I find odd. I'm wondering what is conflicting with it. It might be did you get any new mods that you added that might be messing it up? Otherwise, yeah, I don't know, man. Right. Homes are reset. Change my mod list frequently. Then yeah, something's probably conflicting. I was looking at the online count and it was... What? Oh, you're one of those freaks who looks at an online list of players and then you judge the game according to that? That's sad. That's the true sadness. Sorry, that sounded a little hostile. I'm exhausted. That's why my lack of enthusiasm with my comments. Don't misunderstand. But no, Trove's, you know, who cares about the view count or the play count? A good game's a good game. If you always followed trends, then you'd be stuck playing some of the most boring games ever made. Hey, Diamond. But yeah, the, in case you have been away for Trove for a while, Martin, the new servers, chef's kiss. They're so good. Ah, this bomb looks pretty bad. Actually, this might be a group that's doing a tower rather than going for other things, like the cakes. The jump height's from the Cosmic Dragon. The best jump height boost in the game because it makes each jump bigger. So you ultimately have to spend less jumps to get higher. And it's faster than swapping on and off the bounder mount, but I have a video that highlights that. Hey, Steve. Yeah, I mean, I could go over to that group and steal some of those tower crystals, but no dog cam right now. She's kind of in a position where you would barely be able to see her. I could put it on, but how to get Binding Darkness. I think the most efficient way is just in the delves now, because most enemies will just drop it in the delves. Did we do this one? I mean, if I get a free boss floor, sure. I can grab the keys. Are you actually dying? Floor 23, so I should be able to damage it, but I guess the bot that they have fighting it isn't strong enough. I'm holding up, you stupid video game. What is happening? Why does it keep stopping my momentum? That was very strange. It almost felt like lag, but it wasn't. Weird. Yeah, that's what I figured you were saying, Martin, about a shame that the game has dropped off over the years, despite it still being good. That's just, I mean, let's be real, that's just kind of how the internet is nowadays. Like, everyone just moves on so quick. I've actually been kind of just doing the polar opposite, where I'm kind of just really milking it and enjoying, like, the games that I've been playing, instead of just speed running through them. And it's been a lot more fun. Except for Death Stranding, which, yeah. I'll say I'm happy that I tried the game, but it's not for me. Good way to put things into perspective, though, as far as my personal time is concerned, because it's like, oh, I don't have time for long games like that, unless it's something that I'm really into. Anyway, 50k PR away from 28k, nice. Or 50 PR away. What else do you use the Sunfest sigils for? Nothing right now, but when the next phase rolls out, which should be tonight on Daily Reset, there should be more items to craft. Like, as they go through the phases, more and more things are being added. So hopefully, but the funny thing is they keep adding things, but they're not like, I don't know, they're either not as expensive as they should be, or they cost too many like resources that are irrelevant to the event. And it's just like, oh, 1 billion steed feet. There's nothing that costs steed feet from the event, but I'm just saying an extreme example. Are there other rare items out of the cake dungeons? You mean other than the ones I showed in my video? Not as far as I'm aware of. Maybe when the new phase rolls out, there will be more stuff, but I highly doubt it. Unless like a new dungeon shows up that has more things. I don't know. Wish they would start adding content people actually wanted rather than make content people don't ask for it. That's an old narrative. You're, no offense, but you're clearly not like on the know with what's going on with Trove right now, because they have actually been doing a pretty good job delivering what people wanted. You might remember earlier in the year they had another Trove survey, and apparently the majority of people wanted performance issues to be fixed and the lag to be fixed. And then they proceeded to spend months working out the details of getting Trove onto a physical server instead of cloud server. And it has been probably one of the best updates that we've ever had to the game in terms of stability. But then they're also behind the scenes still working out and going through thousands and thousands of VFX, basically cleaning them all up now that they actually know how to make proper VFX. And essentially it should end up having a big performance impact. It's a slow process. Now, counterpoint, you're probably talking about the Luxian event, in which case, yes, I agree. I don't know why they changed that. But let's be real, they just wanted to make Luxian more pay to win. I don't know if it was their decision or if it was more like the publisher meddling, who knows. But I'll say that Trove's kind of in a weird situation right now where what the developers are working on isn't very forthcoming. Like, it's not flashy by any means. And so a lot of people that are just looking from the spectator's point of view are just like, man, nothing's even happening with this game. And it's like, no, there's a lot of things that are happening. It's just not a new class, not a new biome. You know, it's none of the like the big buzzword things. It's just, oh, server stability. Oh, frame rate issues being cleaned up. But again, I'm not trying to like just in case, just to defend myself here, put a little bit of a cushion under my butt when I fall down. Don't misunderstand my tonality right now as like being grumpers. I'm just tired. So I'm just not reacting with enthusiasm. That's all. By the way, when I was playing the game 4 years ago, there's very few bosses in the game, so I wonder if there's a new boss. Which types of bosses are you talking about? Because if you're talking about like the dragon bosses and stuff, then nah, unfortunately, they didn't really flesh that out anymore. There's a lot more to the game. Probably the most substantial update for you being 4 years ago would be all of the classes getting an overhaul. The new servers, obviously, and then the gear crafting, which has made crystal gear like way easier to obtain. Those would probably be the big noteworthy things. But the server stability is like so much better now, to the point that every class is technically viable now. And anyone who says otherwise is lying. No, the servers don't have anything to do with the game crashing. That unfortunately still just happens, especially on console, because the game itself is unstable. But as far as the VFX, they went through like a couple of the classes VFX, but they're still working on like the majority of them. So it's going to be a while before the performance issues get resolved. Server is more so going to end up being lag, rubber banding, hit detection, stuff like that is a lot better now. But performance, yeah. On PC, it's pretty solid just because, you know, without any server issues, it means that more can't go wrong. But I still get crashes from time to time. So it's kind of just the name of the beast. It really depends. Because the game still has a lot of memory leaks and other deep-rooted issues. But apparently they're working on all of it. It's just going to be a slow process because the game's kind of built on spaghetti code. So you got to understand they got to really like reach in there to try and fix this stuff. Just dropped my first crystal gem. Nice. 3-star crystal class gem for Shadowhunter. Double nice, so you can actually use it instead of it just being garbage. Let's get it. What PC specs are you rocking? I got a God PC. It's not like super top of the line though. I don't know if I'm gonna bother upgrading my PC anytime soon. I'm at the point right now where it's like there's certain games that won't run stable frame rate for me. But that's just because of developer incompetence. Like Stalker 2, for example, doesn't run well. Why? Because the devs don't know how to optimize Unreal Engine 5. But it's at the point now where I refuse to upgrade. If the game doesn't run, it's not my fault. Plus, games are getting a little too obsessed with high-end graphics, and I think a lot of game companies are realizing it's just too it's not cost-effective enough. And I'll always take a game that's got style over visual fidelity. Like, I don't need to see realistic-looking eggs for breakfast in a video game. It can be a JPEG for all I care if the gameplay is good. Instead of optimizing, they want you to use DLSS. Yep, exactly. But then they don't actually optimize it for DLSS in the first place, and DLSS sucks. I hate DLSS, dude. It leaves so many artifacts and it just makes it blurry as hell. Like, come on. I'm not gonna bother. You know what I'll do? I'll just go to low settings. I don't care. Most times games look better because it's less clutter. Yeah, gear changes would probably be the biggest thing because with gear being craftable and also being obtainable out of boxes, it's made it like so much smoother for players to transition into crystal gear. That said, there is crystal 5 gear and mystic gear now, which is crafted from crystal 5, but it's not something you should concern yourself with. It's only for the super end game players. Or should I say super end game players that also happen to have a group of other end gamers. I can see a bunch of people on the map going almost frame perfect, super fast, teleporting around, clearing dungeons like mad. Probably bots. It's been getting pretty out of hand. Like you'll see them a lot more commonly now. I'll go up. Top 3 video games. Off the top of my head, that's a tough one. Without giving it much thought, GTA 5, Trove. I was gonna say Morrowind, but that's most of all nostalgia. I don't think that game holds up today. Trying to think, like, what's another game that I would just play anytime? Probably something on Nintendo, like maybe Mario RPG. But again, that's also nostalgia rather than objective. I don't know. Yeah, I guess Breath of the Wild, or in the case of now, Tears of the Kingdom. It's funny, I saw a comment somebody made that I thought was totally accurate, where they were saying, like, Tears of the Kingdom is the better game, but Breath of the Wild, like, you were immersed. You know? Also, Morrowind super holds up today. Yesn't. I still think that the artistic direction of the game and the world itself is what holds up, but I'm more so talking about mechanically. Like, it's pretty jank, you know? I don't want to have to install like a million mods just to get the game to like look better and play smoother. I will never forget being paralyzed by a scrib and getting killed, slowly just nibbling at my ankles until I die. Like, that said, I still gotta install Morrowind. I have been kind of craving it. But I've been low-key holding my breath that they would do like a remaster the same as they did with Oblivion, but I doubt it. Spirit of the game is still worth sticking it out despite its rough edges. Oh, I completely agree. But you gotta also understand this is coming from the perspective of a freak who played that game for like 2 years. So for me, it's like, I just don't have any reason to go back to it. Other than just reminding myself how good it is, probably, but one day. One day I'll go back to it. DLSS should be used if it's necessary. I see that every single game, and most times the blurry stuff happens, and it's down to the game visuals. Yes. Oh no, DLSS can be good. It's just most developers don't know what they're doing, and they just use DLSS as a band-aid. That's the part that pisses me off. Because otherwise there's games that you can use DLSS or upscaling or whatever, and it just looks the same, and it's like, wow. But in most cases, it's just like, that's like the engineering side of video games is just very underutilized these days. Oh, of course I played Tears of the Kingdom. I got a pretty lengthy playthrough of it. Careful, potato, you might get in trouble. But in regards to the games themselves, Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom, in fact, I'm sorry, I'm gonna remove that comment just because you never know. But anyways, in regards to Tears of the Kingdom and Breath of the Wild, I know those games aren't for everybody because you kind of gotta just take them in very slowly, and both of them are very, very similar games to one another. But I would still argue that those are like the only true next-gen open world games that we've had in like probably like decades, because otherwise every other open world game is just a generic open world game. Even one of my all-time favorite games is Ghost of Tsushima, but I would still always describe that game as a top quality generic open world game. It's not like a true Breath of the Wild, like, whoa, you know, it needed to be open world. Instead, Ghost of Tsushima is just the Ubisoft formula, but like cranked up to 11. Ghost of Yotei looks sick though. Still doesn't look like it's a Breath of the Wild leap in terms of open world, but I do like how they're taking the generic open world formula and making it like a lot cleaner, a lot better, taking some weird risks with it where it's more so about the exploration and just doing what you want. Because I think that's where Zelda succeeded, was just sprinkling content throughout the entire map instead of, take for example, GTA. You got this huge massive world, but oh, your mission's, it's up there on the north side. So what's the point in exploring everything else? Exactly. That's old open world versus, you know, what Zelda did. Games that are open world because they need to be open world. Elden Ring is another game that took the Breath of the Wild formula. There's not many open world games that have done that yet because it's very ambitious and very costly in terms of development time versus just putting out an our, you know, slot game like Mind's Eye or whatever that garbage was. Hey, Flash. Yeah, Tears of the Kingdom. Okay, just for context, I guess I should read this for people that might be lurking on the Twitch side of things. But graphic upgrade from Skyward Sword to Breath of the Wild was wild, but Breath of the Wild to Tears of the Kingdom wasn't as big because it was initially going to end up being DLC for Breath of the Wild, but then it had so many ideas that they just decided, we should just release it as its own game. Personally, like, mechanically, Tears of the Kingdom obliterates Breath of the Wild. It's just, Breath of the Wild was more special, you know? Tears of the Kingdom was more video game, if that makes any sense. Love Breath of the Wild, but I always feel like that was just Nintendo catching up to the rest of the industry in terms of open world gaming. Personally, I disagree. I think that Nintendo and a lot of other deep-rooted Japanese studios have purposely not made open world games because open world is kind of just a big buzzword and, you know, it's just kind of the standard. When Zelda went open world, it was like, oh, it needed to be open world. You know what I mean? Same with Mario Kart World. They didn't just make it open world just for the hell of it. You'd think so initially, but then you start playing it and it's like, oh. Now, that doesn't mean that the games are still beyond criticism. Like, I still hope that whatever they do for the next Zelda game actually has interesting and linear dungeons. Because at first I thought the dungeons in Tears of the Kingdom, it's like, oh, hell yeah, generic normal dungeon. And then it's like, nope, it's more open-ended where you just have to find 5 keys every time. And I was like, oh. Still cool, but I personally feel like a contrast of a dungeon being more linear and more like an old school Zelda dungeon with the puzzles and mechanics and bosses and stuff could actually lend a lot of fresh air to the otherwise, oh, go explore whatever you want, you know? But anyways, finally gain stellar gems. Try to get them to max level. You could, otherwise, yeah, you can just bump up to crystal if you can. Unfortunately, in order to start getting crystal gems, you're gonna have to get a lot stronger than you think. Because you either need to be able to solo the world or follow somebody around. So, pick your poison. Baby Leon's so sweet. I'm finally gonna be an uncle. I don't know how he's going to beat Baby Leon. Well, congratulations, man. That's still cool. Just think about it this way. There's Baby Leon. Okay, no one can match him. But then there's the Squid Game CG baby. And then suddenly it's like, oh, I see. Been loving Wuthering Waves recently. Also open world game. Yeah, Wuthering Waves is a pretty good one as far as a generic gacha game. I think they did a pretty good job with it. Most of all because there's not a lot of time wasters in that game in terms of like climbing, gliding, fast travel, all that stuff. And at least the combat is more complex than most button mashy generic ass games. But I just can't bring myself to get back into gachas. Because usually the depth is only surface deep for those types of games. I mean, if you like it, you like it. Even in regards to me fanboying about Nintendo and Zelda and whatever else, like, I'm both looking at it through an objective lens, but I can also acknowledge, yeah, I'm a biased Nintendo fan. Of course I am. But there's just things that they've done with their games that are just like, oh, cool, and then everybody else copies it. Whether they innovate on it or not is entirely up to the studio itself. Like, I think Elden Ring probably ended up making a more engaging world than Zelda, but Zelda's like, I don't know. Most of all, I guess because Elden Ring had multiplayer. That was the big thing for me. Give me an open world Zelda game that's got multiplayer and I'm there. Anyway. Can't bring myself to like most Nintendo products or games. Yeah, fair. I've been experimenting a lot more, trying like weirder games that I otherwise didn't think I'd be into. Whoops, I went into a low tier world. Honestly, for me, Ocarina of Time is never going to be topped in terms of immersion. Really, a childhood created our amazement nowadays. As adults, being immersed is very hard to accomplish. Yes, I completely agree. But I also think that there was something about that Ocarina of Time formula where it's pretty nuts when you think about like that being the first 3D Zelda game and they absolutely nailed it. There's also just a huge contrast. Like I was watching another reviewer talking about Ocarina more recently, and he never played the game when he was younger, so he ended up having in his review, he was talking about the game more critically and still saying it's a masterpiece even today. And one of the points that he got across, which I thought was really interesting, and I never thought about it that way, is when you're playing as Child Link, you know, everything's more colorful, the world's more alive, there's happy music all over. It's resembling the innocence of being younger. And then when you turn into Adult Link, the whole world is gray and washed out, and you have all these responsibilities to take care of, and it's not happy anymore. And it's just like, you know, the sense of wonder is gone. And it was just like, wow, I never thought about that. But that's a good point. I still think to this day, Nintendo's been kind of chasing that Ocarina of Time, like, you know, game formula. But I think Breath of the Wild like finally ended up just doing its own thing, which I appreciate. There's two things I want in the next Zelda. I want better dungeons and a little bit more of an interesting world instead of just a checklist of things to complete, like with the stupid shrines, or at the very least make the shrines more distinct and interesting. Give me a bunch of little dungeons and stuff. And then also, please, for the love of God, bring back good music. As much as everyone loves Breath of the Wild, I hate the minimalist soundtrack. I don't need unbreakable weapons. Tears of the Kingdom resolved that, in my opinion, by having it so that you could, you know, just if a weapon's about to break, you just fuse an enemy part to it. It repaired it. Because the weapons, as far as mechanics, they lend a lot in making the exploration feel meaningful because, oh, a new weapon. I still personally think that there should be some upgrades to weapons that increase durability, or there should be some super ultra rare weapons that you can get that might not be as strong, but would be indestructible. For sure. Later, potato. But that's just my opinion. When's the new Donkey Kong game? Oh, dude, don't even get me started, bro. Don't even get me started. Here I am shaking again. You can't even see it. I'm so good at hiding it. I keep making that joke. Wednesday night. The game that had the best soundtrack to me is Warframe. Like a music studio who just so happens to have made a game with the music. I would have to watch one of my old Warframe videos. Honestly, I don't recall any of the music. Except for the Fortuna song. That was a banger. And don't get me wrong, I know Warframe's got good music. It's just been a long time since I played it. But yeah, in regards to like, you know, just criticizing Nintendo, I think that they kind of dropped the ball with their soundtrack for a while. But now, oof. Especially Mario Kart World. Oh my God, what a killer soundtrack. Oh my God. I don't even like jazz, and I love every single one of those tracks. They really nailed it. thought the dragons were cool in Zelda. Yeah, they were neat in Breath of the Wild, but I loved that you could actually ride them in Tears of the Kingdom and get resources off of them. More of that, please. We need more Shadow of the Colossus, like things that you can ride because they're so big in Zelda. Like, I remember the first time that you'd stumble across a divine beast, and the idea of scaling it and fighting inside it and all of that stuff was so much more palpable than the actual execution of it, where you had to go through a linear quest line. I think that if they really wanted to just step it up with Zelda, they would just, in my opinion, just get rid of the story altogether and just have progressive, you know, mainline dungeons and stuff, but let it be something that the player can just discover for themselves, rather than, hey, look at this. Here's a quest that's gonna point you how to get in here. Otherwise, you can't do anything here. Being able to just discover it all on your own would be so much more impactful. Especially with the Divine Beast, where it's like, oh, dude, imagine like just coming across one in the wild and then you just naturally, like, super hard fight, end up getting in there, whatever. I don't know. I still remember... I don't know if you guys saw my Breath of the Wild series, but I still remember I beat Thunderblight Ganon with like 3 or 4 hearts or something stupid. I was so underpowered when I fought him. He would one-shot me with every single one of his attacks, but it was so fun and so gratifying beating him. More of that, please. I loved how difficult Breath of the Wild was. Now, farming for, again, going back to weapons breaking, farming for weapons because you run out of them while fighting a boss, yeah, that's not fun. That's not gameplay. Best song in Warframe's The We All Live Together. Oh, you said it before me? Yes. Dude, that song was like insanely good. Been playing Warframe for months straight. Can't for the life of me remember any music from it. I need to pay attention next time I start it up. Yeah, that's kind of me. I think it's because like with the sound effects and like the game is so high octane, like just, you know, you're more so focused on like how fast the gameplay is that I personally never really paid attention to the music. I think that the music is really high quality and top tier, but I don't think that it's anything like super memorable outside of like trailer songs. At least for me. But player freedom is always important. Yes, and it's something that a lot of devs have been doing a lot more recently, and I want more, please. I'm calling it now. The next Mario game's just going to be open world. They were experimenting with it in the 3D Worlds Bowser thing or whatever. Where instead of going to the world map and then going into the next level, you would just go to the next level. So I'm assuming that's what they were experimenting for, was the next big Mario game. But if I'm going to try and get into those Nintendo games, you might be the only person I watch play them. Yes. There's a lot of weirder games that I don't play from Nintendo that maybe would click more with you. Pikmin, for example, I always hear is a fantastic, like, RTS. But I don't know, I can't get into them. They're a little too weird for me. Always wanted to try, but since Nintendo games never go on sale, it's, you know, that kind of cuts deep. But yeah, don't worry, in a couple days we'll have Donkey Kong, so that's going to be the next big Nintendo game I'll play. I think that game's going to be a match made in heaven just for me personally because of the destruction. Basically, everything's voxels, so you can destroy everything. And yes, I love destroying things. My favorite music in a game is Hollow Knight. Yeah, I've heard Hollow Knight's got a goated soundtrack. I tried to get into it, but I just couldn't for the life of me. I don't know why. And then my cousin actually said he had the same feeling towards it, where he tried to get into it, he just found it boring and he just couldn't get into it. And then when he got it on the Switch, he started playing it handheld and slowly chipped away at it. And then eventually it ropes you in. Maybe someday, I don't know. I'm honestly a little more interested in just waiting for Silk Song at this point, just because it looks a little more colorful. But we'll see what happens with that. Also, yep, I am cheating with wall hacks. I got a video that talks about it. Sorry to crush your dreams. Really, the only game from Nintendo I liked was Punch-Out. Tried to get into the other games. But Nintendo is not a company I enjoy games from, unfortunately. I do try to like them as hard as I can, though. Trying to think what you'd be into if you liked Punch-Out. I liked classic Punch-Out. But, Smash Bros? Maybe? Because it's more of a fighting game. As much as it seems like it's really simple. Like the thing that I would personally always praise with Nintendo is a lot of people just kind of look at it and go, oh, it's just for kids kind of thing. But then you realize that almost all of their games have actually a really high skill ceiling. It's just not immediately like, hey, look at this. Look at our skill ceiling. It's like, you got to dedicate enough time to playing it. Smash Bros, for example. I love Smash Bros, but I suck at it. I can't learn combos to save my life. But yeah, without knowing the games that you respond to, I don't know if there's anything that I could recommend. And yeah, I mean, maybe you're just not into it. That's perfectly fine. There was a game on Nintendo 64 where you play as giant monsters and just destroy a city in a side-scroller level. Oh, Rampage, right? They actually ended up doing a remake of Rampage on the GameCube, but I could never find a physical copy back in the day, so I never got around to playing it. If that's the one you're talking about, but that game was nice and mindless fun. Would love to have like a 3D version of that. Yeah, I always played as Lizzie too. I could see a game like that getting reborn as kind of like the, you know, almost like Goat Sim, like just goofy type of game. But it would be 3D and you just destroy everything. Like, that would be cool. Make it a game that you can play online. It's super cheap, you know. That game was insanely hard, though, eventually. Like, it was ridiculous, because I remember, like, my brother and I, we used to rent it from the store, and we never beat it, because it's got, like, 200 levels or something ridiculous. And it just would scale, like, so high with the amount of, like, army and enemies and resistance and stuff that eventually they would just melt your health. Who knows, maybe Nintendo will release something I like down the line, but I won't forgive the standard pricing of 80 games now because Mario Kart World. Two things. Maybe this is the biased Nintendo in me where I feel like I need to defend the narrative. One, video games being increased in price was an inevitability up to this point. I guarantee you GTA 6 is going to cost more than $80. And it's GTA 6, so I don't think anyone's going to care. And two, a lot of people are talking about Mario Kart World being like expensive when you can get it in the bundle with the Switch for like $50. I think that was their goal, so that people wouldn't, you know, so that they spend $50 more instead of a full $80. And that's not even including like taxes, of course, but Because the one thing that I have kind of appreciated of what Nintendo is doing is varied pricing. Like Donkey Kong isn't as expensive as Mario Kart World, for example. And if they can keep that narrative going with like their game pricing, I think that's like the next step. Because that's kind of the main thing that we've had on PC for years, but it's never been a thing on console outside of like maybe a game here or there being like 20 or 40 bucks. Like I think a game's price point should be in relation to what it offers. But if that was the case, then a lot of games would be way cheaper. But again, I'm not trying to like defend Nintendo. Obviously, they're a corporation who's trying to make money. But at the very least with Nintendo, like, I don't know. I feel like you get your money's worth out of it because you know you're getting a product that actually works day one. Except for like, you know, versus garbage that, you know, Xbox puts out or whatever. Like Redfall and stuff. I mean, now Xbox has just canceled everything, so don't get me started on all that. Which sucks, most of all sucks for the Perfect Dark game. That game actually looked dope. Or at least the concept of it did. Let's be real, that was a vertical slice. But, Hollow Knight's one of my top 3 games of all time with Trove. Hopefully someday maybe you get back into it. Yeah, one day. When I get the extra time. But I'm gonna be real, the thing that kind of pushes me away from Hollow Knight is the visual style. It just doesn't click with me. The whole bugs thing, and it's like very washed out. Like that's why Silksong just looks a lot cooler to me. But anyway. Me and my brother were raging at the game. And then my mom just took away the N64 for Rampage. Yeah, I remember those days. I remember Turok 64 being like 80 bucks. Yep. That's the other thing too, I think, for us older gamers. We're sitting here like, bro, N64 games used to be 100 bucks here in Canada anyway, so... I think, I don't know. The one thing that I'll say in regards to games being so expensive now is, what has it done for me? It's actually made me more picky with the games that I buy. And on top of that, it's made me start to appreciate my back catalog. Because let's be real, we've already all got probably hundreds, if not thousands of games that we've never even touched. So... it's been nice to kind of just go back and appreciate these games that I otherwise never gave a chance, because it's like, oh, I'm not gonna buy this other game for $100 and take a risk on something weird. I say, even though I bought Death Stranding too. Most of all because I wanted to push myself into trying something I didn't think I would like, and yeah, the story was pretty good, but yeah, ultimately the gameplay sucked, in my opinion anyway. But because I bought physical, I was able to sell the game for like 80 bucks, so I ultimately played it for 20, which I think was fair. Anyway. I do get it, just feels weird for a handheld to cost the same as regular PS5 now, and kart racing game being more than a COD title for what little COD is worth now. I think you just kind of put the... I think your comment like looped back in on itself, because that's kind of the case in point, right? Is that more recent COD came out and was like 80 bucks and you couldn't even play it. It was that broken. Versus Mario Kart just coming out of the gate and just being, oh, this game is amazing. Again, some people, it's not gonna click with them, but there's another streamer that I watch, and he's been making a joke where whenever he plays bad games now, he's like, I want to go back to $80 games, please. And it's like, yes, so long as the games are actually of the same quality and caliber of the cost initiative, then sure. But most games just suck and still charge like 100. Like PlayStation 5 games have been $100 here in Canada since launch. Which again isn't in defense of Nintendo games pricing. But again, I just think it's inevitable that games were going to increase in price. Or you could be Xbox and update your price point to your 7-year-old system to be like the most expensive console now. Because you don't like money. No, I don't got any classes at 49k PR. I don't know if 49k... maybe it's possible, but I wouldn't know. I don't have full maxed out Mystic. Never forgive Xbox for canceling Scalebound. Yeah, that one looked sick. Video Game Donkey put out a video more recently, like just today, where he's kind of making fun of Xbox and talking about like, you know, the new topical thing is how many games that they've just shut down. And ironically, in Donkey's video, he's talking about the old games they shut down and Scalebound popped up. I just thought it was funny. For GTA 6, I'm not paying a dime because I'm leeching it off of my brother's account. Smart plays. Yeah, there you go. 4D chess. For me, with GTA 6, like, it's going to be a tough decision because depending on its price, I'm probably going to buy it physical because I know long term, I'm going to get it and main it on PC. But it's going to be a few years before it's ported, so it depends. Do I want to play the game at midnight and play it a couple hours early, or do I just get the physical copy because long term I could sell it? Which I will probably end up doing. Plus that game's probably going to be fat as hell for an install. I can agree with that wholeheartedly. Games getting more expensive made actually start approaching games that I have. Oh, you like playing old games for achievement hunting and stuff? Yeah, exactly. Like as games get more expensive, it just means that my belt is a bit more strict, you know? Like referencing again, Pikmin 4. It's a game outside my wheelhouse that I wanted to experiment with, but nowadays it's like, no, it's too expensive. If I could ever get it on sale for like 20, 30 bucks, sure, I would experiment with it and try it, but it being Nintendo, it never goes on sale. I'm sure the game's good, but I just don't know if it would vibe with me. No, there's no costume drops for Twitch. Did you hear about the new Call of Duty relaunch and the problems it had on PC? I'm pretty sure. Oh, right. For the Game Pass or whatever, where they just removed it like straight up. Like the old one, right? Yeah, because otherwise they already have like the new Call of Duty, I think, coming out either later this year or next year. And it's like, really? That quick? Which is funny because the trailer was actually like really provocative and interesting. And then it's, oh, Call of Duty title drops and suddenly no one is interested. Or at least I wasn't. Hey, Fire. Started playing my second favorite game of all time, Subnautica, to get its platinum trophy. Nice. Yeah, rip Subnautica 2. I don't know if you've seen all that. Subnautica's another one of those games that just, for whatever reason, it never clicked with me. I don't know what it is. I think I just don't like resource management. Or rather, if it's like not super streamlined, I don't know. I don't know. Because cheaters could get into your hardware through the Call of Duty game. Oh, right. Yeah. That's right. Thankfully, I don't think any of them did anything like nefarious. Like they just did like funny haha meme stuff. But yeah, that's, I wonder if they can be sued. Like the studio, I mean, that put that out. Probably not. But yeah, that's nuts. I have heard about Subnautica 2 and it's so unfortunate. Yeah. It's a shame. It's a shame that the majority of developers on that game are going to be the ones that'll take the brunt. You know, they worked on this game for so long, and then because the leaders of the company are idiots and asshats, it's like now they have to pay for it. At the very least, I don't think it's been canceled, so it might still come out and be good. Who knows? I know, it's crazy how fast all this Subnautica stuff is like going on. Just all at once, out of nowhere. Meanwhile, Silksong's still just dead silent. Even though they keep saying, yeah, it'll come out in 2025, guys. Trust. I'll believe it when I see it, bro. Did you ever play Blackthorn from Blizzard? Yes, actually. Actually, I never beat it and didn't play it that much because I was too young. But the shotgun in that game was a lot of fun because you just shoot a dude in the face. And I just remember, like, I remember the sound being like so evil, and there was a dedicated button to shoot behind you too. So he'd do this like, and it just looks so stupid. Survival games in general, I absolutely love, and I love the ocean too, so it's even better for me. Nice, yeah. Now my friends know me for loving fish. Especially eating it. Yeah, I'm not gonna say that I don't like survival games, just in general, because that's too much of a generalization, because I love Valheim. I think that game nails it, at least up until bronze. Then they, like, come on, please. Please, devs, clean up the bronze saga of that game. It takes way too long to get to the next tier. There's a reason I never beat Valheim. And there's a reason why they keep putting all these new biomes and new updates out that I just can't get into because, oh, it requires 100 hours? We need more underwater games in general, though. I think the main issue is that a lot of games don't know how to make underwater fun. I will say that at the very least in Subnautica, like, you're fast instead of just floaty physics, you know? Give me a Subnautica game, but it's actually like more leaning into horror, and it's actually just on planet Earth. Because there be monsters in our oceans already. If I remember correctly, the same thing happened with Apex with the hacker thing. Really? Damn. With Apex of all things. I will say, now that I finally played through Titanfall 2, I can understand why people wanted a third. I don't think it's ever going to happen. They're just making far too much money off Apex. But I wish that these older studios, like, now that they've hit it big, I kind of wish that they would actually go back with their budget to actually making, like, good games. I'm not saying Apex is bad, but, you know, it's a battle royale. It's just... just a generic video game at this point. The Abyss, the game. I don't think I ever played that one. Was that a PS1 game? Apex full of problems with cheaters? Oh, okay. That's what's good about being on console. Having cheaters? Or you mean on console it doesn't have the problem as much as PC? I don't know anything about the game, so I don't know if it's like crossplay or not. I just know one of my buddies got super into it for a while. But I don't care about competitive games. I prefer PvE. Can I see your Shadowhunter stats? There you go. There's only crossplay if you're playing with a PC player. Oh, okay. Man, speaking of like weird projects, didn't they confirm that there's another season of that Twisted Metal series coming? Despite the fact that we don't have a new Twisted Metal game yet? And for those that don't know, because that game's decades old at this point, it was a vehicle like PvP game. Vehicles with guns and special power-ups and stuff. Here, Nick. I noticed that your color was not green next. Yes. Member sub is paused. Any idea how to resume it? I don't know. I'm assuming it's a payment issue. Honestly, no idea. I wish Fat Princess would make a comeback. Dude, Fat Princess was a fun game. I don't think you could do it nowadays with all the body issue stuff. But yeah, that was a good one. You know what else was a really good game, kind of in the same vein? Happy Wars. We don't get games like that anymore. I still remember getting into Happy Wars just as the servers were going off. It was just a coincidence, but man, that was fun. They actually ended up making some weird Happy Wars spin-off, I remember, that had like dungeons, which seemed like an initially cool idea, but then you try it and it's like, oh, this game sucks. Thank you. Just learned there was a Star Wars Episode 1 themed Twisted Metal ripoff on PlayStation. Dude, it's actually really good. You wanna know how I know? Because I didn't play it on PlayStation. I played it on Dreamcast, the dead system. Because you wanna know what was great about Dreamcast? My cousin had a Dreamcast. And we found out very quickly that it played burned discs. So you could literally just burn any game onto a disc and it would work. So, I mean, obviously it had to be a Dreamcast game, but you didn't have to mod the system or anything. And I remember we played that Star Wars Twisted Metal game like all night. It was really fun. There was also a Spawn PvP game, and it was... I'd never even heard of it, and it was really good. I'm pretty sure Angry Video Game Nerd covered like the Spawn games, and he randomly like talked about that one and one that was on the OG Xbox, and it was like, dude, those games look so fun. Why didn't I play those when I was younger? Spawn's a character that would fit so well in like a modern open world video game with all of his superpowers and stuff. That's enough Spider-Man, please. Oh yeah, Burning Disc is so old now. Bro, I'm still amazed. Obviously, I can't go into too much details with it, you know, yar. But the fact that there's games that you can get that don't even need to install anymore still blows my mind. Just works right out of the box. It's like, how did you repack this? How did you do this? you should work at a dev company so that games come like this. I need to play more games on PC now that I actually have one, especially since I can play Warframe. Oh, Soulframe. Yeah, Soulframe's pretty good. It's still very early on in development. As far as I've heard, it's had a lot of updates since I last played it, and I liked it. I did find it to be a bit too unorthodox and confusing. You know, they kind of do the Warframe thing where it's like they don't explain anything, and when they do, they explain it within lore, so you just don't know what's going on. This world's kind of dead. That was my gripe with it anyways. Like, I don't think tutorials should ever be explained in lore to the player. Which class do you like more, Shadowhunter or Boomeranger? Me personally, I mean, it's kind of obvious. Boomeranger, duh. What's the best auto use? I've never heard someone call the food tab that but it makes sense. What is it? It's from fishing. I think I had some of it. I don't remember if I still do. It might be gone from my inventory. It's like the canned fish food or something. Yeah, I don't remember. So, haha, have fun fishing. More specifically, which class should I choose as a beginner? Probably Boomer. I don't think you can choose Shadowhunter as a starting class. Boomer you can, and he'll carry you through the entire game and is one of the strongest, if not the strongest class, so you're good all the way through. Jokes aside, I personally prefer Shadowhunter. I find him to be much more fun, and I think he's better for dungeons, just because he's a little bit faster than Boomer and he can shoot through walls, so... Sorry, I just needed to check something really quick. Soulframe is most likely going to get more updates revealed during TennoCon in a few days. Is TennoCon in a few days? Nice. As for playing Soulframe on mouse and keyboard, it's got controller support. So you can just use controller. I think that's how I was playing it. I don't remember though. Hey, Naxi. Thanks, man. Were you always a tier 3? Damn. Thanks for helping me pay for Donkey Kong. Oh, because you have a class coin. Oh, yeah. I mean, it's kind of subjective, right? Like, pick the class that you think looks cool. But for me, yeah, I'd suggest Shadowhunter. Like, I prefer him. Doesn't mean he's everyone's favorite, because some people Boomer just absolutely clicks with them. And nowadays, you can kind of just main whatever class that you want, because the better server stability. Also, Naxi, I know you're sick, but did you end up chipping away a bit more at System Shock? I did see that your playtime went up, but Steam was not showing me achievements. So I was like, wait, did you actually play more, or... Oh, that's... Yeah, Ved on Twitch made a really good point. If you're using a class coin to decide between Boomer or Shadowhunter, get Shadowhunter because it's way more expensive to craft. Yeah, I didn't think about that. Yeah, I thought you were talking about like choosing a starting class and then using the class coins. So yeah, never mind. Any new content in Trove? Yeah, we got the anniversary event. After daily reset, the anniversary event will go into phase 3. Every phase is every week through July. So there should be more to craft, more to earn, whatever else. But big noteworthy thing for Trove more recently is just being on stable servers for once. Wait, you're almost done with System Shock? But it said you were only at like 6 hours. Maybe Steam was lying, or you're blazing through it. Then again, I also tend to like explore everything in those games, which I shouldn't. Oh, okay. Controller issues on PC is the TLDR. Yeah. For playing Soulframe with controller. I mean, if you ever wanted to get like a third-party controller, they're pretty cheap. And just make sure that you get one that has Hall effect, which is anti-stick drift, basically. Like I got this one for like 30 Canadian, I think. And ironically, it was one of my favorite controllers up until recently. Because Switch 2 Pro controller is the best controller I've ever used. I wish it had anti-stick drift, but just in terms of its ergonomics, oh my god. I still want to play a couple more games with it before I end up doing like a proper review video of it though. Which subclass should I get with it? I mean, I always just use Knight because the mount movement speed complements my movement speed in the few moments that I swap to my mount. Also, the extra flask capacity is nice. But... probably, I'm gonna say Lancer. Because offensively, that's a really good one. Later, Becky. Thanks for the sub. Appreciate it. Didn't know you were new with all the awesome old gamer stuff we were talking about. But yeah, have a good night. Yeah, I guess probably Lancer, honestly. I mean, if you don't already have Lancer. Yeah, no rush, Naxi. It'll be a slow project for me to play through that with you. Just because, you know, dad life, and in a couple days we got Donkey Kong, so I think I'm gonna be gone. Not to mention trying to balance the Trove Phase 3. Oh, you know what? Hey. Bush moved. Hold on. And put the doggo cam back on. Dog cam, hello? Dog cam? Does this camera need to awaken? Is that what it does? Such a weird one. What is happening with this camera, dude? There we go. Jeez. I guess it does need to wake up. I didn't know that. Hey, Rage. Been a while, man. How you been? Lunar Lancer subclass bonus. Feels insignificant when it's under 35 KPR. Like 11% damage bonus. I mean, Eh. It's still better than the alternatives. That's kind of the main thing. But obviously, yeah, you'd have to have a pretty strong Lancer in order to see the benefit. I know Pirate Captain's a good subclass ability most people sleep on. Most of them actually ended up getting like a shadow rework. So a lot of them are functional, I'll say that. But I think generally when people are talking like for raw damage subclass ability, Solarian, obviously. But if you're at the beginning of the game, then I can't recommend it. Yeah, we'll see, Naxi, because the thing is, like, if you're at 6 hours, it took me about 15 hours to beat. What deck are you on? That'll be a good way that I can gauge how far you are in the game without spoiling anything. But yeah, I mean, as far as gaming tomorrow, probably not gonna happen much because I'm supposed to see the new Superman with my pop. I'm actually really excited. Hoping it's good. Here it's good, but... Oh, you don't know what deck you're on already. Yeah, that's fine, that's fine. Don't worry about it. Also making pizza. Oh my god. I was craving pizza today. We got Subway instead. And then I like how Subway's like, it's supposed to be a deal, and it was like 20 bucks for 2 like cold cuts, one for me and the wife, and it's like, this is a deal nowadays? Like, oh my god. Excuse my boomer ways, but I hate how expensive food is post-COVID. Yeah, let's just make a new world. My boyfriend says that the Superman movie's a movie of the decade. Damn. I mean, if he's a DC fan, then I'm excited. Because I'm really looking forward to seeing James Gunn, hopefully, actually bring the DC cinematic universe to the big screen without it being, you know, bad. Because arguably, at least in my opinion, like, I'm more of a DC fan. I think that the stories and character arcs are a lot more interesting and more human and darker. And I don't like that DC for years has just been trying to copy Marvel when it's not the same thing as Marvel. Marvel's like the more campy one, you know? Don't get me wrong, I still love Spider-Man movies, but now I'm looking forward to that Superman movie even more. I just liked how in the trailer, like at first I was like, what is this? And then I saw James Gunn's involved. What? And then sure enough, like almost immediately, it's, you know, it's not just another boring origin story. It actually has like Superdog and like aliens and stuff. And it's like, oh my god. Yes, please. Is it going to like tease Brainiac right away instead of, you know, just pretending he doesn't exist and Lex Luthor this, Lex Luthor that? You realize Superman's got other villains, right? There was still, what I'd recommend, I don't know if, I don't know how easy they are to obtain, but your boyfriend would probably love the DC cartoon movies before New 52 took over. He should know what I'm talking about, but those were actually insanely good, like very Western animation, but also very mature, like characters dying and stuff. Like it was really surprising. And my brother and I watched all of them and loved them. And when New 52 came around, they kind of made like the more recent DC anime cartoons are anime. Like they're very like Japanese animations, and they lost their touch. The only reason I'm getting at this is because in one of those movies, I don't remember what it was called, They had, in my opinion, the best representation of Lex Luthor that there's ever been, where he, you could actually identify with him instead of him just being a psycho that's supposed to be a genius. Where he was in prison because he goes to prison all the time, and he's working out like insanely hard and pushing his body, and he's talking to Clark Kent. Doesn't realize it's Superman, of course, because haha, whatever. And he's talking about like why he hates Superman, and he's working out and talking about how like, you see this muscle, this was earned, not gifted to me for being an alien. And it was just like such a cool goddamn, like, hell yeah, give me that Lex Luthor on the big screen, dude. Like, I can get behind that Lex. Oh man, I gotta watch those movies again. They were so good. Anyway, sorry. Now you got me talking about DC, so I could be here all night. Oh man. Oh, he did watch those already. Okay, the GOAT. Nice. Never thought I'd watch the entirety of Batman Beyond, but I did. Yeah, what'd you think of it? Batman Beyond's is good, but it's like Saturday morning cartoon good to me. Like, it wasn't as good as like some of the later stories once the characters were more refined. Still leagues better than what we've had more recently, I think. But and again, it's not that I have anything against Marvel. It's more so like what they've been doing with it recently. That's just like, nobody likes this multiverse stuff. Come on, just stop. As a Marvel fan, it was pretty decent. Yeah, nice. Yeah, I hope Marvel can kind of like come back, because ugh. I'm sorry. The idea of the multiverse is really cool, but then when you think of what they're doing with it in Hollywood, it's like the exact same reason why comic books did it is, oh, now no characters can die and they can just keep making money. There's no weight to anything anymore as soon as the multiverse crap came up. And it was like, come on, man. I still think the, not the second movie, what the hell was it? The one where they beat Thanos, I didn't like as much as the one where Thanos won. Like that was like peak Marvel, in my opinion. All the movies all leading up to that. And then the bad guy wins. And at first I was pissed. And then my buddy was like, bro, the bad guy finally won in a movie. And I was like, wait a minute, that's awesome. Just put it into perspective immediately. I was like, wait, really? Hey, Cashin. Thanks for the raid, man. Appreciate it. Hello, gamers. Yeah, you just missed our huge epic rant of nerd stuff, talking about Marvel multiverse stuff being bad and how apparently the Superman movie's really good. I'm seeing it tomorrow. And I'm a DC fan more so than Marvel. But Marvel's still good. I just hope that they actually make it good again. Anyways. Appreciate the raid. I feel bad that I didn't get to pass the raid off for the Trove stream last night because nobody else was playing the game. There you go. Hey, guys. Anyway, for perspective in YouTube chat, there's, I talked about it with the Twitch drop video where basically like, we're all kind of just trading off like the stream views on Twitch. So Cash and Clean just finished up his stream, I assume is going to bed. And so he threw me the big raid of, people that are lurking for the drops and such. And then I hope somebody's there that I can throw it to them tonight when I'm done. Anyways. Oh yeah, hold on, let me see if we got a confirmation of the time when the Trove stream's hitting. Wait, we do have an announcement time. Yeah. Okay, it's Wednesday. They just say Wednesday at 1 p.m. What time zone? Like what? Unless that's... Oh, is that local time zone in Discord? Because I think you can do that with an extension, right? Twitch drops are running all the way until the 31st. Okay, cool. Yeah, I think it is local. Okay, yeah, I forgot that you can do that, which is insane. So that's 1 p.m. Pacific time. Sweet. Wednesday. Yeah, I can be up for that. Normally I'd be in bed a little bit longer, but man, so we're gonna get the TROVE'S stream and then Donkey Kong later in the night. That's gonna be a good day, dude. Yeah, I forgot that you could do that in Discord. Like, it has that fancy thing. I think I did it, like, once back in the day. That's cool, though. That's hype. I hope that it actually has, like... I've said it before, I'll say it again. I hope they're not just playing Bomber Royale. I hope they're telling us stuff. I'd still be okay if they're just chilling. At the very least, they can kind of reconnect with the community. But... please, God, tease new stuff. I just use the Time Discord app for that. I'm gonna... Time Discord app? Hammer Time? That's what it shows on Google. Wait. There was something else with the announcement? Hold on. Wait, what? Okay, anyway, it says mark your calendar for July 16th. Oh, they're giving away Yabakis during the stream. Oh, bro, I didn't even see the description. I'm a YouTuber, so I don't read things. Oh, sick. Okay, so Yab giveaway, community Q&A, which is probably them replying to comments and stuff, and then a sneak peek at what's next. Okay, I'm hyped now. Hell yeah. Now, unfortunately for me, it is on Twitch, which means that when I'm inevitably doing my stream reaction to it, I can't pause it. So, I don't know. I think we'll probably just watch it live, and I'll just have to mute them every now and then. And then I'll probably end up doing like a summary of the stream afterwards, like I used to do back in the day. I'm excited though. It's been so long. The fact that they're actually gonna show us some sneak peek stuff, and I hope it's good. Please. Imagine they just open up the curtains and it's like Mystic Gems, and yes, they're pay to win. Yeah, and they're also doing the Bomber Royale with the community as well, which I undermine it because I don't care, but yeah, that's cool. It really is. Oh, that's what the sneak peek's gonna be. Bomber Royale Season 4. The update no one asked for. Also, hello to other gamers that have slowly been creeping in. We're just talking about the TROVE'S stream. I didn't know it had an announcement, so thank you guys for pointing that out to me. Can't wait to see all the bots in the Bomber Royale stream. I know. Maybe then they'll finally realize how Bomber Royale is unplayable now. You know what I would honestly want from Bomber Royale Season 4? Better maps. I'm sorry, the Season 3 maps suck, dude. They used to have such good maps. Give us custom maps, better yet. Like, make it so that we can just make them ourselves. That'd be so much more fun. Old PvP was the GOAT, as the kids would say. Or Poggy Woggy, I think, as Joe would say. I genuinely have such heartfelt memories of the OG PvP. Especially CTF. I loved making CTF maps. I just remember having so much fun on those custom maps, dude. Wipe Bomber and go back to capture the flag and team deathmatch. Personally, okay. Here's the thing with Bomber. If we got custom maps with Bomber, that would be pretty cool because then you would actually have to build things like a full 3D layout. Kind of like, here's something topical. Donkey Kong Bananza, whether you guys are Nintendo fans or not, what that game's basically doing is it's all voxels, not cubes, just voxels in terms of the code. So the whole environment's destructible, right? But it being Nintendo, it's like, oh, you blast your way down here. Oh, there's a secret item to collect. And I just think, like, unfortunately, none of the Bomber Royale maps have ever, like, done stuff like that. Where, like, where's my hidden pathways and stuff, you know? Blast your way into this closet, you get like a power-up. Or a city map where you can blow yourself into all of the buildings. Like, man. But please, please God, don't be season 4. I really hope that the next update's like something exciting. And I low-key am not excited if it's just Mystic Gems or like just power creep. I hope it's something that looks fun. I like Bomber more. Old PvP was too unbalanced. It wasn't originally. Like, it used to actually be pretty functional, but the problem is that every time they ended up rebalancing classes, it would break them in PvP because for whatever reason they didn't just have every class scaled towards PvP. Which I wish that they would just kind of overhaul PvP because it still exists in the game. I don't know why, because it's like, you know. Yeah, power creep in terms of like, oh, Mystic Gear, Mystic Gems, you know, Mystic Rings. It's Mystic Banner. It's like, oh, come on. It's just higher numbers. That's not like fun gameplay, you know? Obviously, it gives most people things to chase, and I'm not saying I wouldn't chase it, but I just hope that they got something cooking that's a little more interesting. Mystic Mastery. Ah, yes. Mystic goes up to Mastery goes up to 2,000 now. I would settle for the gear crafting, adding Mystic. I'd settle for that. Mystic Gonda literally clips through walls. I mean, I'm excited either way, and I mean, you know, I'm not gonna be like disappointed with whatever they show regardless. I'm just saying I hope it's something that I'm personally like, oh my god, into. Make everyone as a level 10 boomeranger in PvP. Easy. Yeah. Exactly. No, but I mean, like, you know, make it so that your stats and like what you have equipped and all that stuff, make it so none of that matters in the old OG PvP. Instead, all the classes are just uniform, like, this is how they function. Because outside of like some of the more egregious classes, like, you know, Ice Sage was broken because you could just stun lock people with your ult rather than just making it so that it slows players. And then Pirate Captain could be like way too OP because you could get that one power up that could let you use your ult multiple times. But at the very least, you could still die as pirate captain, so it was still fun. It's been a hot minute since I did PvP. But if I recall, the only class that we all unanimously banned back in the day was the Ice Sage. Because I think all the other ones were still pretty functional. But anyway, I don't think they're gonna do anything with PvP. I think the stream itself is probably just gonna be something related to the new power gap. Oh, was Rev a class that we banned in PvP as well? Yeah, I really don't remember. I would not be surprised though. Imagine if they showed a new class. Yeah. No, I'm not gonna get my hopes up that high. I'm still confident that the new class isn't even being worked on yet. Just based on how they expressed their interest in making a new class in the community post, it didn't sound like it was even something they were working on. But maybe we'll be pleasantly surprised. Here's the new class. We actually listened to Scyushi and made a samurai character from Ghost of Tsushima with multiple stances. Yes, please. That would be my favorite class in the game. I don't care if it's like garbage. Pinzo class. The whale class. Yeah. $1,000. What'd you take about the YouTuber AFK Scripter? Huh? I don't know, ban him? I don't keep up with any of that stuff. A loyalty multiplier on your light? Then I would be the strongest. Actually, no, I wouldn't. Yeah, light factor instead of chaos factor. Bring back chaos coins, right? So chaos chests actually have value again. Instead of still being an item that's in the cash shop that nobody who I've ever known playing this game has ever bought. Seriously, who would buy chaos chests? Why? Why would you buy chaos chests? Let's go like really out there. What would they do? We already know, like, you know, the next tier of Mystic Gear is an inevitability for sure. What would be something like really weird that would just be like a surprise? An overhaul to mining? Add some cash shop stuff in it? Oh, Geode 2.0, like the Delves or something? Yeah, I could see that. That'd be very far-fetched, but I could see that. Like a Delve overhaul? That would be very nice. Newborn Royale isn't that out there, if I'm being honest. Geode Space Update? Dude, like in the day when we thought the Lunar Lancer was gonna have a space-themed biome, I remember that. Man. That would have been so cool, too. I don't even know why we thought it was gonna be space-themed. I guess because lunar and moon-themed stuff, but... I still think to this day the most disappointing thing with the Lancer is its animations, because I remember the stream reveal where they showed the Lancer, he had the spear like hanging over his shoulder like a badass, and I just immediately thought, oh, he's gonna like swing it around and do, you know, some crazy ass kung fu spear stuff. Like, nope. I'm the Lunar Lancer, poke, poke, poke. Riveting. More inventory space. Honestly, if they did a nice overhaul to how the inventory and items work, or gave us, dude, imagine they go like so out of their way and they give us like an ally, I don't care if it's paid, that's a loot collector, and you can like choose what tier of gear gets loot collected and automatically vacuumed up. I think, is it Lost Ark that had stuff like that in the game? Basically, you'd put in a loot filter and it would automatically just dismantle stuff for you instead of you having to pick it up and, you know. Star Wars collab? Dude, I wish. We already technically have a lightsaber in the game, let's be real. Also, yeah, I'm completely biased. I still want my samurai character in the game. I want my Ghost of Tsushima class, where he's got 3 different stances, 1 for tanking, and 1 for delves, 1 for speed. The class that can handle everything, but you gotta swap between all the stances to keep it as efficient as possible. Chewbacca. I don't even know how that would look. He would just look like a giant poop. Because there's not enough voxels. Like, there's not enough space to make a hairy monster. They need to add something like the Copper Golem from Minecraft that sorts your stuff. Yeah, the Copper Golem makes more sense in a game like Minecraft, but I think that Trove could stand to have something like that. I'm not too concerned with how the inventory works in this game because I think that the biggest problem is a lot of games you spend way too much time in the UI, and Trove doesn't have that problem as much. Just because thankfully you can just, oh, go loot collect and, you know, that's it. I mean, I say that, but the building inventory is terrible. Imagine if they did an overhaul to the build inventory where you didn't have to like get blocks and crap anymore. Instead, you would just pick a color. That'd be great for builders. I don't know if I would care, but... Wait, what? Oh, the stream raids going in a circle? Yes, I know, it's a beautiful thing. It's bringing us all together. Yes, Atro, I know. Even though I've actually lowered the ad frequency on Twitch, for some reason it still spams you guys with ads. Thank you, Twitch. I don't understand this platform. Like, I genuinely don't know. Meanwhile, on YouTube, you get, like, no ads. But also, it's helping me buy things. So... No, but genuinely, like, because people would always complain, like, they come to Twitch and they get, like, 4-minute ad break, and then I'd, like, look in the options, it's like, wait, why? It's like new, what the hell is it? Like the pre-show ads or something? It's, I don't know, it's weird. I don't know Twitch. At first I thought when they had the idea of watching the stream, but the ad plays in the background, I thought that was awesome. And then I realized, oh, it mutes the stream. I mean, I get it, but come on, man. Imagine if it just was a visual ad. Like, oh. I don't remember what the program was back in the day, but there was a third-party app I used to use during my streams, and it would just have like a visual ad, like in the corner of my screen, like running the whole time or something. And I remember actually making like a couple bucks from it, and I thought like, dude, that's genius. I don't think it exists anymore, but where do ideas like that go? Something that doesn't interrupt the moment. Thank you very much. Also, later, Rage. Trove gets a Marvel Doctor Doom collab. You mean Iron Man, multiverse Iron Man? That's why Robert Downey Jr. was cast and it kind of ruined the whole thing, right? Dog cam shows dog food instead. Yeah, exactly. It shows dog cam and then out of nowhere it just shows an ad. That'd be cool. Or replaces my face cam with an ad for a little bit. You know, something that doesn't end up intruding. It's just, oh, look, buy this. Spend money. I honestly don't even know why ads are still a thing. I don't know if I have ever bought anything in my life from watching an ad. But apparently it must work. So... I can see them doing a collab with a DJ producer for some special dance pads. For Trove, I think it'd be really cool if they did some collabs, but I think that, I think you guys underestimate just how like small Trove is compared to like the world of video games and other things, you know? I would love it if they had collabs for sure. But I don't think that this game's on anyone's radar, especially like celebrities or like other big time companies and stuff. Hey, KU. Oh, okay, that's true. I didn't think about food ads. Like when a KFC ad runs or something like that. Yeah, that's true. Because otherwise I probably would forget those restaurants even exist. That's a good point. I more so was talking about a product, but yeah. The only thing I bought from an ad was Doom the Dark Ages. Oh, really? Well, a game, yeah. An ad for a game can sell you on it, for sure. Yeah, that's true as well. I've definitely bought a game or two from ads. I don't remember. It's been a very long time because I have my finger on the pulse of video games for years now. Not only just because I'm a freak who's constantly researching new games and stuff, but also because I hear so much from you guys. That's probably like the most gratifying thing that's come out of like YouTube as a career, I think, for me. Just being able to hear stuff from you guys and be like, oh, I'm cool. What's this game? Most of all, like a lot of that was early on in my YouTube career. I still remember the good old days when I would play games that people would suggest. Most of them were kind of like, but some of them were games that I'd either never heard of or I still remember, like an idiot, I ended up playing through Fallout 2. Now, the reason why I'm an idiot is because Fallout 1 is like maybe a 5 or 10 hour game, and Fallout 2 is 60 hours. So, yeah. And back in the day, I used to force myself to beat it because of completionism. Rather than nowadays, it's like, oh, I'm bored. I leave. A little bit of Trove history there. I did have a Warframe series on the channel. Warframe, Destiny, you name it. If it's free, I played it. But no, it's a real dog cam. Is it a movie file? What? No, she's just always in the same position. That's what she does at night. She just comes in here and chills. And then if I like leave to get food or go to the washroom or something, you'll see she'll move. Have you ever played Borderlands? Yep. Played Borderlands 1, loved it. Played Borderlands 2, thought it was more of the same. Played Borderlands 3, refunded it. Borderlands 4, lots of people have been asking me about it. I have not seen a single thing that has sold me on that game yet. I am cautiously optimistic about that one. Slime Rancher 2. I didn't like Slime Rancher 1 to begin with, if I'm being real. It's more of a Markiplier game. That's why I think it's a movie, because the dog never moves. No, I know. I know. I know. She's always in the same position every night, too. Like, I know. But you'll notice the bed is slightly different tonight. Because it's a big-ass dog Costco bed, and it comes in like 2 parts. So usually we have one part out in the living room and then the other one in here. But now she's got both of them, so she's going to be sleeping good. Extra comfy dog. That it for this world? Yeah. Snoop Dogg collab. He's already in the game with the smoke delve. I like that. Hey, how you gifted a tier sub on Twitch and it went to a gal. Let's go. I don't know if you earn anything by having a sub on Twitch. Honestly, I barely manage my Twitch. But thanks, man. Appreciate it. Oh, it stops the ads for having Prime sub? Oh, that makes so much more sense. That's okay. That's why they made the ads so egregious, because they want you to sub. That makes sense. That's why I can't change it. Good job, Bezos. Or whoever's in charge of Twitch. But yeah, I'm not saying never to Slime Rancher 2. I just don't know if it's my type of game. I mean, I guess if I can melt them or kill them or something funny. At the least, I could do a one-off video, but anyway. Yeah, I didn't know subs removed ads. That makes a lot more sense as far as how Twitch is structured. Also, yes, I saw the Mortal Kombat comment. Is Mortal... Oh, I was going to say, is Mortal Kombat still relevant? How do people even know about it? But yeah, that's right. They keep doing the new ones. Didn't the last one bomb, though? Or maybe that's just the YouTuber in me, because as far as I know, the Mortal Kombat games are like heavily copywritten and get grabbed all the time on YouTube, which is why most people don't cover them. I don't remember, though. That might have just been like a couple games back. I think there's a scorpion costume that somebody modded into the game. But I don't remember. Wait, what? When I did my as a full... Is it can be right now Slime Rancher 2 playthrough? It's a lot of exploration and resource management. More so than the first game. Oh, okay. I have deciphered your comment. I still don't think it's a game for me, but I'm not gonna say never. Hey Zev, what up? Found a Mando helmet. You mean Mandalore? Do we got a new season for that coming? Or did Disney just abandon Star Wars like they finally decided to abandon Marvel? No, because Andor Season 2 already dropped. That's right. I still haven't watched it. Mando's finished. They're going to finish it with a movie. Oh, they're doing a Mando movie. Really? That could be cool. I hope. I mean, Season 2 was kind of blah, but... The thing that I think, like, ever since Disney took over with Star Wars, it's way too campy and childish now, you know? Like, when you think back when George Lucas was making them, yeah, sure, they're, like, really marketable for kids. But people are dying left and right. Especially, like, in the Clone Wars animation show. Like, I never watched it because I initially thought, it's just kids show, whatever. And then everyone kept hounding me to play it after I did, like, my Jedi Survivor playthrough, like, years back, or Outcast, or whatever the Star Wars game was, the first one. And then when I was watching it, I was like, oh, Clone Troopers are dying, like, all the time. This is dope. What the hell? Like, he never sacrificed the, like, narrative of, and weight of, like, death and, oh, it's a war. Instead, Disney is like, everyone is invincible and nobody can die, because that's the Marvel formula. This is the way. How do we get the most money? I'm not saying George Lucas was like a god or anything like that. He, you know, there was definitely parts where it was like, okay, that's kind of dumb. But at least it being his universe, he understood it better and was uncompromising with it. Until Disney just Disney'd it up. And then ironically, oh, look at Andor Season 1 or Mandalore. It's like, oh, wait a minute. These are like unique stories that are actually like their own thing. And it's like, oh, wait, these are way more interesting than just trying to milk the main trilogy again. Excuse my Star Wars nerding. Wait, what, Solus? You had a twin get codes the other day? What are you saying? For Rebels, they tried to make it a kid show for season 1, realized it wasn't working, made it like Clone Wars for season 2 and 4. Oh, yeah, I never thought about that. Okay, that makes sense. I liked Rebels. It was actually a pretty cool, unique story. And I at first was pretty on board with the Ahsoka show or whatever, because Ezra randomly popped up. But then when they found him, there was no weight to it. And it was just like, oh, I've just been chilling here milking yaks. Okay. Wow, what a great reveal. Thank you, Disney. Also, I forget what the hell the blue guy, you know, Throng or whatever the hell his name is. Worst thing about the Ahsoka show is Ahsoka herself. Maybe I'm a little bit biased towards her because she was in Clerks, but I thought she did okay. Like, lots of people dogged on that show. It was better than the Obi-Wan show, dude. I thought, bro, they got Ewan McGregor for this. This is gonna be dope. And then, nope. When an actor can't save it. And I don't blame him or anything. It's clearly the director, the scriptwriter, whatever. It's just a mess. Also, yeah, that's enough Anakin, please. All I can think of when anyone talks about George Lucas is the South Park episode. I don't even remember that. It's been so long. The last big South Park episode I remember was just the World of Warcraft one. That was like the peak for me, and then I kind of hopped off. I've been trying to catch up on the more recent episodes, and it's like, eh. It's not bad, it's still topical, but I guess I'll say they're consistent because they're still kind of the same. Yeah, also I saw earlier someone say like a Fortnite collab in Trove. Bro, I want a Fortnite collab so that we get a voxel character in Fortnite. And then when they die, they shatter and explode. Imagine a Lego collab with Trove. Yeah, that was you, Doom. Okay, I gotta grab my grab a snack here really quick, boys. So BRB really quick. Oh. Oh, there, bud. I know the camera probably doesn't even see Budge anymore. Because she's moved as close as she possibly can to the cheese. Wouldn't be a Goblin Knight stream without cheese. Quick, easy protein. Don't mind if I do. Here you go, Bob. Whoa, 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 whoa. Oh yeah. You predicted the cheese. Dude, you're a leaker now. It's official. By predicting one thing because of an educated guess, because of my consistency, you are now a leaker. You're basically the exact same as any Nintendo leaker now. Wait, is that even a boss from this dungeon? No, it's not. Wait, where am I? What? It was the boss. Stay still, you scumbag. Jeez. Idiot. Oh yeah. No, Budge is gonna wake up immediately when there's food. Especially when there's cheese. Bro, if I could The thing is, cheese doesn't guck up my hands. Otherwise, there would be a lot more things that I would snack on, man. One of my favorite combinations of snacks is some kind of meat, whether it's like a, you know, a hot dog piece or just sandwich meat or something. Cheese and pickles, garlic pickles. I think it's my deep-rooted German ancestry. You gonna make a video about the third part of the event? Technically, I already made a video talking about all the phases, but yep, 100% I'll do a video on it. It might not be immediate. Like, I might not have it out as soon as possible because I'm probably gonna be busy taking care of baby Leon throughout the day. I'm French, so it's not real cheese for me, it's a plastic block. Yeah, I love that it tastes like plastic. No, there's something like genuinely wrong with me because if something like, a lot of times the things that I enjoy, the wife has learned over the years that if something tastes like medicine or highly processed, I love it. Don't ask me why. Like back when I was drinking the Zoa energy drinks nonstop, the last flavors that I got was like, I don't know, it's like grape and cherry, you know, it's got all these normal generic names. And then my buddy was like saying how, dude, this tastes like medicine. And I was like, yeah, that's why I like it. I think that it's got to do with, there was this one memory that I very vividly remember when I was younger where my brother and I had some kind of medicine. I don't remember what it was, but it tasted like banana. And it was just, ever since then, it was like, oh, I like this. Yeah, I don't drink energy drinks anymore. Now I just have espresso and pre-workout that's got like caffeine in it because there's something wrong with me. It's also cheaper. I mean, we can still get the fancy cheese, but it's just too expensive, dude. That's the real bottom line. Yeah. Here you go. Calm down. I don't know why I'm attacking him. Are the event items gonna be craftable soon? No idea. Like, I know what's coming with the next phase, but I don't know, like, in terms of the questing, but I'm not sure, like, what we're gonna actually get out of the next phase. I think we're supposed to be getting the Moon Touch ally out of it, so that thing should really drop in price. If I'm not mistaken. With the final phase being the dragon mount or something. But there's probably gonna be some other stuff sprinkled in between there. I still don't know why they haven't fixed the fireworks. I let them know about it and they're aware of it, but it's just weird that it never got resolved. They're probably too busy like setting up for the stream and doing other things. Living in Canada for study. Cheese is so expensive for real French cheese. Yes. I mean, it's Canada. Everything's expensive. Let's be real. Money sucks here. How do I figure out how long I've been here? I don't know. There's supposed to be like the watch time or whatever command, but it doesn't work anymore. I don't know why. It just went away one day. Excuse me. My stupid feet mat. Where am I? What's going on? Why am I still here? Just to suffer? Too busy getting ready to announce the Chloro rework? I would take it. I wouldn't be super excited about it, but I would take it. Let's see, where are we at for drops? Gunner, one of the stupid ally. That's it. Oh, 2 of the Alphatar. Ooh, oh, we got lucky today. And the ally that no one cares about. Sick. Still no costume though. Not bad, dude. They get over awesome enemy attacks. It's really intimidating when enemies run at you and nothing happens. You mean make them stronger? This ain't no Souls-like. I still remember back in the day when you used to be able to spam dodge. And it wasn't much skill. But it still made like pretty decent skill for the game. I still remember going into like U6 when I was way too weak on my Shadow Hunter and killing an invader just because I was dodging him properly. That eventually went away, of course. That ally in particular is 200 mil on Xbox. You want to buy it, man? For 200 mil on PC? Why you farm cake dungeons? The sugar. Really addicting. Please don't kick me, you stupid boot. No, stop. Stop it! I'm trying to eat. Jerk. Actually, I'm curious now. $150K. Yeah, that's about right. Disgusting. I spit on you. Bundt cake is actually pretty tasty, honestly. There's only one Alphatar in the market for 50 mil on Xbox? Good lord. Is nobody grinding cake dungeons on console? What the hell is going on? Or is somebody just buying them up and like forcing their price up? Because that's actually pretty smart. I should see what the Alphatar is worth. Probably like 2 cents on PC. Alphatar is one of my least favorite mounts. I don't blame you, dude. Honestly, it's just kind of a, oh, haha, that's nostalgic. That's funny. It's got the old knight head. But honestly, I'd never liked the Centaur mounts. If Centaur was a class, cool, but... yeah. I'm just not selling any of these. I'm just going to save them for after the event. Lord knows I'm not getting enough flux from it. I'm not getting my flux back for that stupid video. Then again, it might have been worth it because it made a lot of people know that these exist, and that's why their prices are so low. So, hey. I did my job. Really into these protein bars, man. Wait, what, Bouncy? Oh, making my flux back? No. No. I was the guinea pig for that video, and that's it. A centaur mount riding the Alphatar? Ah. No, but like, I could see if they did like some weirder classes. Like, I think I mentioned this last stream as well. Like, give me a centaur class that has mount movement speed, but can't use mounts. I think it'd be really cool if some classes had some detriments to them, but benefits that would outweigh it. Just to add some intrigue to the game. Maybe since it's, you know, freaking horse, it wouldn't have any knockback or would have more resistance. I don't know. I have a dragon egg and need 8k more flux. Wait, you're giving me a dragon egg and what? Returned to the game recently, and how do you obtain C5 without being 45k? You don't. I mean, you could always get it as a random drop, but good luck with that. You can craft it. I forget what the PR requirement. I don't know if there's a PR requirement for crafting C5. I think it's just really rare. But I might be mistaken. Oh, the pin dragon egg. Nice. To craft C5, you need 30k and a max terminus with the big nodes. Oh, okay. That's not bad. That's very expensive, just in terms of needing all those nodes and stuff. Chances are you would already be like strong enough to get C5 out of the gearboxes, but thanks, Atro. Any advice for farming Geode Mastery? I don't know anything about Geode. Go into the stupid Geode caves. There you go, you're welcome. Don't get bored. Oh wait, it's already too late. Basically, this area, go down into the basement. There's a bunch of caves that are all smelly. Look the same as the delves. That's where you get the majority of your Geode Mastery, most of all from the stupid companion eggs. Gives you a ton. You have a crystal gem with crit hit, physical, and light. Can you swap crit hit with crit damage? Yes. The only stat that you can't swap is the light stat itself on the cosmic gems. I'm 39k, heard you could craft, got to 250, but upgrading the nodes to max takes a while. Yes, it does. So that's the thing, it's kind of like pick your poison, right? Do you want to end up trying to max out the nodes and crafting crystal gear, which ultimately is going to be very costly for you as well? Or are you going to be able to get to 45k PR? Not likely, because it requires a lot of items that are very time gated. But who knows? You know, that dev stream might tease some new piece of gear that suddenly boosts our PR, makes it a lot easier for players. Who knows? We shall see. Imagine swapping light for max HP. So that we could be even stronger and still get one shot. How do you think Trove will deal with the decreasing player numbers? You say that like that's a recent problem. I'll tell you how they dealt with it right now, making the servers better. So many people are coming back because the game is actually playable now. I think a lot of our people will also come back to the game when a new class comes out, because whether you want new classes or not, they drive new players. Which is why I personally think they should focus 100% of their efforts on constantly new classes or maybe new biomes and stuff. Because the mechanics are already all there for progression anyways. Rather than, here's Luxian overhaul. Wait, why? Just because. Okay, thanks. Can we have, here's D15. What? Yeah. A new area where no dungeons give you anything except for this new 5-star dungeon that Jimmy made. He really likes that dungeon. Wait, then why do normal dungeons even generate in D15? Anyway, we're moving on to the next update. Huh? Wait, guys, no! Wait, why isn't that 5-star in D15 an infinite dungeon like the ones in Sundered Uplands? Oops, we forgot that that was a thing. We forgot that we could even code that into the game. Oh. Why don't we get crystal fragments like we used to get pentasouls? Oops. Forgot that was a thing because that's something Trine Worlds made. We never experienced that at Game Ago. Sorry, I realize this is getting kind of mean. But it's true though, like there's so many mechanics that are underutilized with this game that I wish that they would just fix up and most of all be consistent with, you know? I think that's what leads to a lot of players quitting is just the inconsistency of it all, where it's like, oh yeah, you just got to the end of the game. Haha, now you must grind resources for Mystic Gear. How do I do that? In this one specific dungeon? It's not gonna get boring doing the same dungeon over and over? Oh no, it definitely will. I don't know what accent that is. But question them, not me. Anyway, does the reroll stat keep the percentage or does it reroll the value? No, it keeps the stat. Keeps the stat. Yes, I'm actually back to Trove because of the servers. The anniversary is secondary. Yeah, the anniversary is, it's a cool event. It's not great. Not as good as the Heck Bug event or anything, but at least we get like a little bit of a change of scenery instead of just the fire biome over and over, you know? So I appreciate that. Yep, later, Agao. I'm honestly probably not gonna stream that long tonight anyway. I want to call it early and get some sleep myself. Because I've been tired. What else is new? I say as I'll probably stream for hours. But anyway, have a good night. Thanks for coming out. How do I get quick flux at level 20? I'm actually gonna post a video about that pretty soon. Prime color blocks, particularly yellow, blue, and red, I think, because they're actually used in rune crafting. Shoutouts to, I think it was TripDev, I think is his username on the YouTube side of things. YouTube chat. Because he basically mentioned that, and then a bunch of other people were like, oh yeah, it's from the rune crafting. I was like, wait, what? This is a thing? Pretty good way of making flux. Because you can sell, I think yellows are the big ones, right? I mean, it's not great, but a full stack for 30 or roughly 40k, that's not bad. Pretty easy to obtain them because they're just from the bottom of the ocean biome. Double checked. I'm done with the engine and radiation stuff and system shock. So next is to meet up with the doctor on deck 4. Okay, so you still got quite a bit left. Because there's deck 4, deck 5, and then deck 6. It's not actually deck 6, but you'll understand when you get there. I'd say you're maybe about halfway because the game starts getting like exponentially harder. Red is 80k per stack. Oh, is red the... I don't know why I kept looking at the yellow. Oh. Okay, red's great. What about blue? Blue's not bad. Okay, so yellow's the worst one. Where do you get primal red blocks? Like consistently. Isn't that just volcanic biome? It's been a few years since I farmed it. I think yellow was at 80k like a couple days ago. It's just gotten a lot cheaper now. But if red's that expensive, it must be a harder block to obtain. Which companion is that? Oh, the ally, it's Latte from one of the coffee related packs. Sorry, who am I kidding? It's my pug Jub Jub. Now I just need a black one for Budge. Oh. Delves is, well, they already answered in terms of all that stuff, but yes, Delves. C5 drops from your crafted vaults rarely at 42.5k PR. No, 45k. I don't know where the 42.5k came from. We got a C5 weapon from 120 delves at 24k PR. Yeah, okay, that's, I mean, that's still a lot of delves, but that's not bad. Because the drop itself, yeah, that's not really affected by your PR, like getting it as a drop. Yeah, no, I know, I saw it earlier as well, someone saying the 42.5, but no, 45k is required for the C5 to get out of the Gear Crafted Vaults. 50k PR is for Mystic, but we can't get 50k PR yet, so. Hey, Luca. Red blocks are from Desert Frontier, Dragonfire Peaks, and Candoria biomes. Right, okay. I wonder... I kind of want to calculate how much is a single bomb versus... You know what? I'm going to test that right now. I'm very curious. Hold on. Okay, so... Primal red blocks, yellow blocks, and blue blocks are all very expensive right now because of the rune crafting. Red blocks being the most expensive. That's primal gray. Let me see if I can find red. Big bombs are probably more cost effective. Yeah, that's what I would assume too. I just want to test this really quick. Primal gray. Where the heck is the red? think these are all just gray, aren't they? That's gray. What about the pillars? Primal red. There we go. Yeah, okay. So these pillars are primal red blocks. Let me wait for that to go away. So if I throw one bomb efficiently at it, I got 55 red. So a single bomb is 38. $5.5. So 5.5 times 55, 302. Yeah, so it's more efficient. Like you pay for your own bombs by blasting these with a normal bomb. What about a big bomb? So these are 500 each. I don't know if I have big bombs. I'll be the guinea pig. So now we gotta be like extra efficient. That wasn't the best. 198 primal red. So 5.5 times 158 is 869. These are 100 or 500 each. Because of dad brain, I completely forgot what I just said about normal bombs. It's still more cost effective either way to just spend flux on the bombs and then blow it up. But I don't know if the big bomb itself is the more cost effective one in the long run. No, I think a small bomb would be more worthwhile. Unless I could really milk the big bomb, I would have to find a better spot. Big bombs mostly destroy more below than above. Yeah, let me see if I can find something in desert instead. Either way, it pays for itself. Like, it pays for the bombs. So this might actually be one of the more efficient ways of farming. Is it just this? Orange block, red block. Is this? Whoops, wrong bomb. Where's the primal red? Is that just the surface here? Yeah, it is. Okay. What was the air biome you said? Pandoria. Dragonfire might be the most efficient for the red. I don't think, no, blue blocks, like, I don't know if blue or yellow blocks pay for the bombs. Is this just the top layer again? Primal red. Orange, yeah, it's just the top layer. What about these? Purple, okay. So most efficient is Dragonfire, which means maybe fire biome. Let's take a quick peek. So it's still just these pillars. Okay. So let's try from the top. $242 primal red. Okay. Yeah, so if you're bombing them efficiently, then big bombs are definitely better. But it requires a lot more steps. And I mean, obviously, you still gotta be kind of careful with how you end up doing this. But that's really interesting. That might be one of the most efficient ways of getting flux, just because of how easy it is. Because primal reds, oh, they actually just went down as we were talking. Okay. Blue is still more expensive right now. Okay, so basically you just got to kind of flip it around and just pay attention to which ones are valuable at the time. Because otherwise when they're 4 each, like, I don't know if that still pays for the bomb. It probably just barely does. I mean, at least it's technically infinite bombs. Or you could use lasermancy. But that's cool. That's interesting. I just wanted to check that out just because I thought, Oh, Geo Topside? You think Geo Topside has red? Yeah, because normally it is a red biome without my mod. You might be right. Let's see. Primal red. Is it all the way through? Ooh, yep. We have a winner. You were right. Geode surface is all primal red. That's gonna make primal red blocks insanely cheap overall. But yeah, so that's what you take advantage of when primal red is expensive enough. And then otherwise, I think, trying to think where you get blue blocks. Because I know that you get the yellow ones from the bottom of the ocean. Blue, I don't know how consistent that is. Either way, yeah. So just go through here, laser your way or blast your way through everything and profit. Blue blocks are from, oh, the ice biome. Right, yeah, I'm stupid. Okay, so there's an efficient way of grinding each of the blocks. It just depends which one is in demand at the time. Cool. Anyway, back to the cakes. I haven't played this game since 2023. Has there been significant changes? Yes. You would have been around since the class reworks. Since then, gear crafting? Was gear crafting around? I think gear crafting was a 2024 thing. I might be mistaken. But otherwise, the most noteworthy thing that's going on right now is there's the Sunfest event going for the entirety of July, which is technically the being regarded as a 10-year anniversary event. But more importantly, they migrated the cloud service to a physical server, so lag is no longer a problem. That's the most substantial thing. Guys, they're updating the Nintendo Switch of Trove. July 15th at 8 a.m. Downtime will be 3 hours. It's bringing Sunfest. I don't know how that's going to work for you guys. You're a couple phases. Well, I guess you'll just be at phase 3. That's dope. Hell yeah. Nice. Now, I hope that it actually makes it work with... Oh, I just realized that my display was being captured. My whole background, not just Trove. I had a feeling that it had like the web pages pop up that I was using, but whatever. Amateur moment. More like OBS moment. Anyway. Cool. I hope that that brings the Switch 2 version up to snuff, but probably not. At the very least, Switch players would be able to grind out like probably phases 1, 2, and 3 all at the same time. I'm on Switch. Nice. Yeah, there you go. So you'll be able to grind these cake dungeons and stuff. How do I sell stuff? On the player market, what do you mean? You just open this and sell things. Maybe you don't have the player market unlocked yet if you're too low mastery, I think, but it's pretty quick and easy to obtain. I guess back to the normal tome. All tome's done. Let's get it. Won't let you open the market? Yeah, then maybe your mastery's too low. It's a way that they're trying to prevent like bot accounts from just instantly accessing the market. But I didn't know that your account was that fresh. That's all I can figure. Or it's broken. I'm level 20. Like your class level or your mastery level? Because mastery is the one that I think trading is locked behind. Let me see, where is it? I know they moved it to something at some other point. Why is it stopping at 100? Oh, because that's Geode Mastery. Hold on. Oh, Mastery 20, then yeah, you should have access to it. That's weird. Yeah, I thought it was 20 Mastery. Won't let me sell. You sure you're not just doing the... I mean, honestly, it's the Switch version. I wouldn't be surprised if it's just as broken. Oh, true. Yeah, you don't have enough flux for the tax. Yeah, that would make sense. So you're trying to sell an item for X amount of flux, not realizing that there's taxes in this game. Don't ask me why. And so it wants to take that extra flux from you that you don't have in order to put the item up. That's probably what it is. Basically, they have a market cost when you put something up on the market in the first place to avoid people from... It's supposed to be avoiding people from reselling, but all it did was just make everybody increase the price of everything to compensate for the tax, so... Yeah. I didn't even think about that, so yeah, that's good on you guys. Have you played Destiny 2? Yep, I had a Destiny 2 series for a while. Eventually got bored with it, moved on. Still enjoy the game, but I don't play it anymore. Most of all, when they started removing like paid DLC stuff, it was like, yeah, I'm not gonna play this. When you try to sell something on the market, it should tell you how much flux it's gonna cost to put it up. But yeah, anyway. Regarding Shadowhunter gems, do you use volatile or explosive? I use volatile because obviously if I could sacrifice pyro disc for explosive, sure. But volatile gives you something ridiculous like 45% like increased range or something ridiculous. Explosive is definitely like the better option in most cases just because it's more damage. But I like having the range because it's just enough for when I'm like farming stuff that you can get within 45 blocks of it and kill a boss or open a dungeon chest, for example, without having to worry about the range. But yeah, if you don't care about that and you're just using explosive, sure. Like it's still just as good. Cake dungeons, drop mounts and costumes and stuff. Yep, I got a video that shows all the things that they can drop. Marketplace fixed from duping yet. It has been on PC for a while, not on consoles, unfortunately. I'm stuck at 18K now. Nice, you're getting there. You haven't hit the huge time-gated wall yet, though. That's around, like, the 40K mark. I got most of the items from donations, no costumes, though. Yeah, the costumes are extremely rare. Wait, can you get all the things out of these cake dungeons just from donations as well? I didn't know that. That makes sense why they're so much cheaper now. But that also costs a lot of resources, so no thank you. Actually, still 16 mil, not worth it. The new phase is about to drop and make that ally actually obtainable, so no thank you. Everyone's been farming delves in groups of 8 because it drops so much somber essence. Right, yeah. Yeah, that makes a lot more sense. I knew about the essence, but I undermined the donation. I didn't know it gave everything, so that makes sense. I should be doing that, but eh. This way. Plus you can farm levies in the meantime. Yeah, because they also drop like a lot of the somber essence stuff too, right? So definitely more efficient to do that over the cake dungeons, but I find the cake dungeons funner. Because delves, bleh. Leviathans, bleh. I mean, I guess I could just join public delves, but eh. No, I know most people don't join public delves. I'm just saying delves in general. Bleh. What's the best flux method for free to play? No gardening, please. Well, we actually just talked about it. Just grinding primal red, blue, and yellow blocks are actually like pretty good for making flux. Because a lot of players want to have them from what do you call it? Rune crafting. Ugh, my brain is dying. We'll have to wrap up soon. I didn't even realize we were on 3 hours. Used to have an old account from console at 25K. When I went to PC after maybe 4 years, it changed and forgot most of the things. Cross save should be working. There's never been cross save. There's never going to be cross save. Not because you didn't play for 4 years. You just started a new file. Any other methods? I mean, my old flux guides will still work. And yeah, I saw that as well. The red blocks were very expensive just like a moment ago, and now suddenly they're super cheap. I don't know what happened. Got 15k primal red from 40 large bombs spamming topside real quick. Don't think it'll sell if more than one person does this for an hour a week. Yeah, you're gonna have to take it like super slow for sure, because it can very easily become oversaturated. Don't worry, it's gonna be a little bit before I have a video talking about that. Actually, not really that long. I got a video scheduled for tomorrow that's a stream highlight, and I'm kind of using that as like the main draw to it. But all the stuff that we've talked about today, I'll have in a more dedicated video down the line. I wonder if it might even just be because of the stream right now, because, you know, we got a pretty decent amount of people watching. Maybe. Yeah, I'm basically just going for event items and stuff, which I've gotten pretty lucky today already. Got one of these allies. Did I get anything else on this page? No, but I got 2 Alphatars and this stupid thing, so... Oh, I also didn't even realize I got Gemry, so I've been extremely lucky tonight. You can make millions from your method in one day. Sure, man, I don't know. Try it. Basically, there's high demand for those primal block colors, and it's extremely easy to farm them. It's just most people don't want to farm them. So that's what you're taking advantage of. That's pretty much the best way of making flux, is just do the most boring task possible that has an item that people don't want to farm for. There you go. That's why gardening gets you some of the most flux in the game. Because nobody wants to do it. Also, I don't know if this Seisna guy is lurking in the stream or something, but... Yes, sure, where are you? Is he down on the lower levels? Oh, there he is. Get out of here, you. Oh, look. Ah! Why is his in-game name Meow over his head? And yet his in-game name is actually Seisna. What? Weird. How rare is the red hover cycle from the Geo topside crafting bench? Very rare, I assume, because I don't think most people are going for it. You know what, let's wrap up. I can feel my brain just dying, and I want to at least get some sleep tonight. Yeah, I'm multi-streaming on Twitch and YouTube. And since Twitch has the drops right now, there's a lot of people lurking. Which means I'm gonna have to try and find someone to raid on Twitch. Hopefully we actually got somebody else streaming that has drops. Because last night we didn't. Oh, is Mika live? Yeah. Is it possible to hit 50 KPR? No, not yet. What was I putting in here? I guess nothing, huh? Oh well. Oh look, my whole inventory just got shifted and is weird because that's how auto sort works. Cool. Did I end up gaining any Phoenix motes? Hey, I got one. So was it worth it doing the higher tiered Uber world? No. I guess at least I got a single one, but ugh. Why aren't you 49k yet? Because I don't have Mystic on all my gear or maxed out Mystic, because Mystic is just so ridiculously boring. Anyways, appreciate you guys coming out. On the YouTube side of things, I'd appreciate you leave a like. Otherwise, I got some other videos planned for you guys tomorrow. Not to mention, we have the Trove live stream this week on Wednesday, as well as I think the Nintendo Switch update, so that's cool. I'll definitely be streaming Trove more again around the same time tomorrow. But for tonight, I gotta call it earlier, guys. I gotta get some sleep.